Hello, this is the Portfolio Manager interface on Bnkle. If you click into projects, you see projects appearing in two ways, either as clusters, that's a bunch of projects together in one uh, dashboard, typical of how you will manage an estate, or as individual projects. If you click into an individual project like this, then you will see the dashboard of that project proper. The dashboard provides you a high level view of all of the things going on that project. So you will see images for what you're trying to develop. On the right hand side here, you will see quick updates for things like upcoming payments if you have contractors who have payments due, or upcoming meetings, or tasks that are behind schedule. At the very top, you will see everyone who's involved as a stakeholder or an operative on the project. At about the middle of the page, you will see information about your costing on that project. So your total budget, you can look at a quick breakdown of that. This is a labor only contract. So you see what's due to the contractor, what's due for material, admin, and all the costs. As you make payments on the project, you can also record all of those on the platform, and you will again see the breakdown here very quickly. So you see what has gone to the contractor, to materials, and to admin, as well as other costs. Lower part of the page, you will see percentage completion. Percentage completion, you can dig in quickly and see the activities that have not started, those that are in progress, and those that have been completed. And to the right, of course, there are progress photos and videos. That's what you see on the dashboard for Bnkle. But that's just a snapshot of what's going on. Then you can start to dig in. If you click on the team tab, you will see everyone who's involved in the project. It is also here that all of the communication within the project team happens. So you can do direct messaging to individuals on the project. You can also do group-based messages. So there are subgroups within the project that you can communicate to directly. As well, you can do task-based messages. So if you want to send messages to a group of people who are involved in executing a specific task. And lastly, there will be site instructions, which will also show up in all of this. So you can issue new site instruction, and the system will probably properly index all of those for you. The next thing you will find is procurement. Procurement gives you a very robust look at what's going on with material provision and consumption on your project. So you would typically start with a material schedule, and you can upload that in two ways, either by keying them in or uploading an Excel file. Then as you purchase material into the project, all of that is recorded very neatly. The order number, the material, the quantity, the vendor who supplied them, who received them, supply date, and then any additional details that you want to provide. That gives you a very detailed record of every purchase that you make into the project. And then as those materials are used on the project, the disbursement is also recorded. All of this sum up to give you a summary, which basically shows you how you're purchasing and consuming material through the project and what you have in stock at any point in time. So if you click on this, for instance, you will see that about 18.6 tons strips of granite was budgeted, 20 was purchased, and there's one in stock. On the right here, you would also see consumption graphs over the life of the project. If you're managing your project via traditional means, in other words, if you're going to organize a bid where you invite contractors to bid, you can do that on the platform. Saves everyone time and paper, and it's super efficient. You simply come here and upload all of the documents that comprise the tender dossier. You invite contractors from your pool or from the pool that exists within the ecosystem, and then you set up your bid process, set up the time, and contractors can supply or submit their bids online. Then all of your budget information is also managed on Bnkle. What's your project going to cost? What's your disbursement plan? You record payments. If you're a contractor or you do direct procurement with a labor only contract, you would also find the bookkeeping feature super, super useful. This is where you record every purchase of material that you make. All of these tools allow you to go very granular in understanding what's going on with your project. So, for instance, you can try to figure out, oh, how much have we spent on this specific material? That will show up very quickly. You can also search for what you spent with a specific vendor, and that will show up very quickly, or even what you spent over a certain time frame. You can set custom times frames, or you can use the ones that have been preset. And then, of course, the next thing is you can manage all of your schedule, your project schedules within Bnkle. There are three ways to manage project schedules. On a high level, you can look at them in the grid format, where every major task is a card. You see the start date, the end date, and then the status. If you click into this, for instance, you will find that there's a Kanban table where you're able to move tasks into in progress and completed and verified as those activities progress. The next way to look at a work program is the table view. Here you can open this up and you can see all of the subtasks. Again, you'll see all the subtasks, the start date, the completion date, the status, and so on. And then lastly, you have the typical Gantt view for your work program. Next, you manage all of the documents within your project within Bnkle. If you look at these folders, you will find out that there are different numbers of people who have access. So access control is very robust. This folder has 5 people who can access it. This folder has 9 people who can access it. This project accounting, for instance, the main folder has 5 people who can access it, but you see inside, there are folders that only one person can access. So access control for folders is very robustly designed. You can manage access by setting those controls right here. Lastly, you can keep an eye on how your project is evolving by going through the photo library. So photos are posted continually. So wherever you are, you can get a sense of how things are evolving on your project at any point in time. So that's sort of like a high level description of what Bnkle does. Obviously, there's a lot more that you can do on this platform to completely improve efficiency on your project. Thank you.